Hi, I'm Tara Babcock here for Zoomin.tv Games, and I'm here with Hank Keirsey, the military advisor for Call of Duty, which is really exciting, right? Because you want to make sure that everything is authentic.
Absolutely. Well, you know, it is a video game, but the weapons are accurate, the dialogue is accurate. There's an incredible effort made by the developers to make this thing as accurate as they possibly can. So when you pick up the weapon, it looks like, it feels like, it seems like what actually you might find. So same thing with the dialogue and same thing with all the vehicles that you see on the set. So a lot of dedication, a lot of hard work by the developers to make this right. As a military advisor, you know, 24 years active duty, I'm able to go in and say, maybe this weapon wouldn't be used in this scenario. Maybe your call for a helicopter might sound a little bit different, things like that. Okay, but in the success of the game, for the most part, is due to the dedication of these guys putting the game together.
That's awesome. Have you ever had a specific incident where they had something in their minds and you were like, no, that's totally inaccurate, we should change that?
Oh yeah, because I've been working with these guys for 10 years, so it's, you know, I can remember in the early days, it was World War II games, and they would have, the one thing I don't like about the game is you're carrying a weapon and you turn to look at your own buddy and the weapon points directly at him, and that's one thing you never do as a soldier. You always bring your weapon down or bring it up. I don't know that we've quite got that one fixed, but that bothers me. Then there's a particular scene I remember when we were moving through the streets of Stalingrad, and the Russian tank is moving down the street and all the infantry is running out in front of them. Things like that, you go, hey, no infantryman in their right mind is going to take a 50-ton tank and not let it be his shield. They're going to tuck in behind that tank, all right, until, you know, the circumstances require them to come around it. And then they will hug the sides of the building, because the inside, the middle of a street becomes a cone of fire. You got a better chance of surviving if you're on the edge of the street. Things like that.
That is very interesting and very informative.
What military advice would you like, Tara? You look like a woman, immensely smart woman.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's quite sweet of you.
Just not good looks. She's intelligent as well. Look at that eye.
He's charming, obviously. Well, I would like to know a little bit about your military experience, and I'll kind of learn from you.
Okay, well, I became a second lieutenant in the United States Army Infantry in 1976, about 20 years before you were born, probably. And then went into Airborne Rangers. Spent most of my career either in Airborne Ranger units or training. Spent a period of time teaching military history at West Point, which put me in good stead to talk about the World War II games. And retired in 2000, and then had about a 10-year paramilitary career working as a contractor, going back and forth to Iraq primarily, so a couple other African countries and Asian or Arab countries. So I kept in the business. Now, during that same time, I was with Activision as well, with our very first game in 2003, all the way through this current game in 2013. So this is the 10-year anniversary of my association with this great team.
That's amazing. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
How did you get involved with gaming? Do you play games yourself?
You know, I had kids that played games, and I was not happy with that. I wanted them to go out and wrestle in the yard like real Americans and beat each other with sticks, develop physical skills. So they had every console there was, and I'd yell at them and go outside. So when they came home and saw me playing a video game, they were wondering what the hell's going on. I was reluctant to join the team initially because of that kind of not liking video games. But when I saw the dedication, the passion that these developers had for putting the game together, specifically the World War II games, I became a fan, because they're not only working hard to make a product, they are producing a piece of history that made, you know, a lot of young men want to know what their grandfathers did in World War II. When they went to the modern warfare, they created a game that made people kind of respect what soldiers are doing now in the field, in, you know, places like Afghanistan and formerly Iraq. And they are a great team as far as working hard, and you got to admire people that work hard.
Gamers do have a great respect for people who actually do it in real life, so that's very great that you're that part of that. So tell me a little bit about the Call of Duty dog.
Oh, the dog. You know, I've been overseas with our Special Operations Forces, and most of their squads, their 9-man, 10-man teams, have a dog. And their dog becomes very much an integral part of the squad. you know, love it, feed it, know it by name, just sleep with it. And when their dogs get shot, there's a spirit of mourning about how their dog got shot, and you'll hear everybody in the ranger camp talking about, man, we lost a dog last night. And it's almost as if one of their comrades has gone down. Dog adds a tremendous capability to a squad. Now, instead of going into that building and finding the guy hidden under the floorboards about to shoot you, you can send in Riley. Riley runs in, he's got the nose, he's got the ears, he can find the guy. Up to that point, he was on his own. Now you can put a camera on the guy, the dog, and so somebody is monitoring what the dog is doing inside the house, so you know he's got somebody behind the door. And that dog is loyal to you. If he thinks somebody's going to come after you, he's got that guy he's trained to grab whatever hand is holding the weapon and put him down, so you've got time to get to him. So the dog is a very important element. I think they brought it to life in here. I've seen the motion capture that they went to get the dog, and this thing looks very real. I think all the gamers will bond with it and want to love that dog. They'll have their own digital dog around them somewhere. You don't have to clean up after them as much as a real dog.
It's much easier that way, right?
Exactly.
Are you an animal lover yourself?
Oh, I've had many dogs, and I have one currently right now, and it's at home watching this, I hope.
So before I let you go, I want to know the most dangerous thing you've ever done in your military career.
Well, I was a paratrooper, so I hurled myself out of a lot of airplanes in the middle of the night at low altitudes and slammed into asphalt runways. That was probably one of the most dangerous things. Then I used to do a lot of demolitions where I blew things up, and sometimes there's a minimum safe distance that you're supposed to get away, and I didn't always get that far away. And then I was in Iraq in '04, and I was a private contractor for a security firm that basically bodyguards for people that want to do business. That was pretty dicey because you were getting guys blown up and shot in the head all the time, and you're driving around in unarmored vehicles. Fortunately, I never got capped.
Wow, you, sir, are a badass. Thank you for your time. Give me a handshake.
It's good to meet you, Tara. All the best to you in your acting career.
Thank you.
I hope to see you in the movies one day.
Yeah.